Okay, so where are we? Part three, I guess. Okay, so let's call her Mrs. C. So Mrs. C comes forward, basically tells me I've been dating him for 5 years. I knew of her. She says we've broken up. He's harassing me. She went through the same issues with her mouth. She shares with me, this email where he's basically raving and raving about, we'll call her Mrs. X, and basically how, he's inviting her to go to his home like he did with me, and then that he could do her mouth, and that she's so appreciative and whatnot. 10 days later, he writes to Mrs. C and he says to her, all is calm. I've locked the doors. She only has access to the kitchen and the hall bath. I've taken all the keys, both the cars, no money. I started to send her home today. I thought we could get along till Friday when I could finish her dental work. He says, ha ha ha, F that. And that was like January 26th of 2022. When I saw this, I don't know, something in me I snapped. I snapped because I knew that I wasn't the only one, but I was too afraid to not be believed. And with the harassment and and I didn't want to deal with it. I can't tell you how many times I tried to lay a complaint with the Virginia board, and I would get paralyzed where I would put it away. And every time I started to want to complain, I would get mad and I'd want to do it. And then I wasn't able to follow through. And I'm a strong, strong person. 2 weeks ago, when I got all this, I made a deal with myself. I said, I'm not going to allow him to do this to another person. And I worked for 2 solid weeks, 24/7. I had insomnia, PTSD. My face broke out so bad that I didn't have any social invites. I didn't go anywhere. But let me tell you, I sent a file this big to the Board of Dentistry. I asked for a criminal investigation. I do have text too where he was operating on patients under the influence, where he was taking drugs. And I have sent them everything that they need. And perhaps these women, at some point I know that they were stalking me. I think the one woman, I know he left her in Los Cabos. They got in a fight. The other lady, January of this year, he left her mid-procedure like he did to me. We were like maybe one of, I don't know how many that he was sleeping with and giving free dental work and then just leaving them hanging.